What do I do if I keep failing in my business or it feels like I keep failing in my business? I have to tell you a story. When I first started learning this online game, it was because I was running a national photography company around the country. And I did not start running that company overnight. Okay. I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings, making 500 bucks every 2 weeks and in a miserable place because I realized that I was the one doing all the work and everybody else, we all got paid the same regardless of how much work I did, how much effort I put in, and that just wasn't fair. So I started looking for things on how I can get paid for what I want to do, which is probably exactly why you're running your business now. And it's a lot harder because we have to do things that are unknown, and the majority of the time we are programmed from school that failure is bad. There's an A and an F. And in the world of business, there really isn't a failure. You just found out what not to do. Just like Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before we have our light, right? Did he really fail? No, he didn't really fail. He was experimenting. Everything is an experiment. When I first started learning the online game and how I could scale my photography business online, which ideally was what I was trying to do, there were several times where I thought I figured it out and I quit my photography business. 4 times I quit my photography business and went to try to go full time in my online business. And I didn't work, it failed. And I had to go back to the photography business. It was a franchise that I had bought into at 22, where I was traveling around the country, hiring sales reps. They would fall apart. And then I'd go hire and train more sales reps. They would fall apart. And I did that for 6 years. And then COVID came in with the baseball bat. Get the hell out of the malls. And I literally had no choice but to make my online game work. And so I filed for that first time unemployment forever that they had for business owners for that 1 year. And that 1 year, I started really diving deep and making phone calls and finding people that knew exactly how to get this done. So I could have people in my pocket or people that knew the game better than I did so they could help me out. And that's really where things started to really move. And it took me a year, and it doesn't take a whole year to make this online game work if you actually follow trainings and the systems that already work, right? And that was my mistake, trying to figure it out on my own and like, I'm the man, I'll figure it out. If anybody can do it, I can, right? Instead of just like doubling down and learning into these trainings that I have, that if I would have just rewatched them, I would have cut my learning curve in half. But I didn't. So I did it the hard way. So after I'm trying to learn all this stuff, right after that year is over, I ended up working a security job while I was still working on my online business. And the security guy got crazy, and they put me in downtown Denver mall on the 6th Street mall at 8 p.m. till 8 a.m., kicking crackheads out of the stairwells that are peeing and pooping all over the place with heroin needles in their arms. My first day on the job as a security guard, we get there, we're like 10 minutes in, and he's like, yeah, dude, let me show you around the mall. Let me show you what we're going to be doing. And then we get a call, and he's like, all right, dude, hey, we got to go around the corner. So we go around the corner on this, at the mall. We come around the corner, and there is this black legless dude, he no legs, on the ground, yelling at this skinny girl, raggedy hair, and she has one of those rods that you put in a tent. You know, you put into a tent and it holds the tent up. Well, she has one of those, and she is whipping the shit out of this guy on the ground, and he's got his hands up. You know, he looks like a zombie with his legs cut off, and he's like, ah, and she's like, whack, whack. And we're like, what the hell is going on? And he's like, she stole my cigarettes. She's like, they're my cigarettes. Whack, whack. So these two are beating each other with a rod over a pack of cigarettes. And we're standing there, and there's 4 of us. I'm like, someone should fucking do something about this. I'm like, that's us. We have to do something. I'm like, I'm not getting in there. No way. You pay me like 13 bucks an hour or something at the time. It was like 17 or something like that. I was like, I'm not going to get hit by that rod. You don't pay me enough. And then one of the other guys had a pepper spray, and he just pulls the pepper spray out, and then they scattered. That was my first 30 minutes on the job. Okay. And there's way more stories. If you want to hear more stories about how crazy that was, I was only there for a week and something crazy happened. My life was threatened almost daily. And I was like, screw this. So just comment security guard and I'll tell you more stories about that. I probably got 5. Okay. Then I found I was like, I don't want to do this. So I pivoted. Okay. So this is what we're doing. We're pivoting. So I pivoted. And then I went and got a sales job at a car dealership. Okay. Which was a way better gig, but also had its problems because all of the managers who have been there for 30 years, 20 years, just walked around like they had big dicks. They're like, look how back in my day, I used to sell 5 cars a day. I'm freaking making 100 grand sitting behind a desk. And if you want to be like me and have no life and work 80 hours at the age of 60 and make only 100 or 200 grand behind the desk, then you should do what I do and rip people off. Yeah, no, don't do that. Okay. Now, while I was still selling cars, and I got finally good at selling cars too, I actually made my very first agency sale where I do marketing for companies because I had developed this network over my first year of getting the people that knew sales funnels, that knew ads, right? I knew storytelling and how to develop that from the person so it would sell, right? Sales is kind of where my bread and butter has made everything happen. And eventually, so we get on the phone call and I'm talking to the guy and I'm at work when I close my first $10,000 a month sale for my agency. We'll do everything for you, content, blah, 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 email list, all the stuff. Okay. $10,000 a month. So he paid us. And out of that 10,000, I myself got to keep 5 every month. And the rest of the money went to the rest of the team and they fulfilled up on the order. And I was able to quit my job and become full-time online. And that was my first year online. Okay. And then from that, I just stayed in the game. I paid for more coaching, found more coaches, and developed video marketing made easy. And our first launch on that one was over $10,000 a day. And today is we're going to relaunch it in September for everybody and put ads behind it and scale it big. Okay. Now, this is an accumulation of 6 years worth of stories. This is over 6 years. When I first started online, I was selling pictures in the mall. And I was like, I don't want to sell 80 hours a week anymore. There's got to be a better way. And so I pivoted. But my overall goal was always to be completely in control of my schedule and also have enough money to be able to go play. So I play golf every single day, almost every single day. The days that I don't, it's basically that I just didn't want to. Okay, because I got memberships and stuff. Then I also have a jiu-jitsu mat in my garage that I roll with my friend. And also during winter, I go skiing. We went 90 days last year. Okay, I am only 3 years in full time to this online game. And I could have got there way, way, way sooner if I would have learned the material and stay focused and sold one product for 1 year across the board. Okay, instead of, because the thing is it worked for me. I was like, oh, let me make a TikTok. Oh, what you want to say? Oh, okay, let me sell you some stuff. Oh, look, I can sell this. Oh, I can sell that. And then I ended up, instead of building one business, I ended up trying to build like 7. And then I just get way too fanned out and eventually go back to what works, which was the sales, direct sales for me. Just getting in front of people and saying hi, and they're like, oh yeah, heck yeah, dude, we want to do what you're doing. So I've had to pivot a lot of times, and most of the time what I've seen us when we're failing in our business, how do I keep growing it if I failed? I don't think you're failing. I don't think you're failing. I don't count it as failure. And anyone that is super successful, big, they don't count it as failure either. It counts as an experiment and learning what doesn't work. The thing is, how fast can you pivot and adjust? Some people know their job will never get them to where they want to be in life, but they don't pivot. They're just like, oh, this job sucks. I don't want to go to work. I still don't have enough money to enjoy my life. Even though I like my job, or maybe you like your job, most people do not like their job better than they like living life. And that's why most people are miserable in what they're doing. But you have to pivot. You have to know what you want. from my experience and over years of talking to hundreds and thousands of people across the country, 90% of people do not know what they want. And that's why 10% of people run everything, because they know what they want and they're going to work hard until they get it. Thomas Jefferson, right? 1,000 times until he gets our light bulb correct. Okay. And even then we can still experiment and get it better. Like our light bulbs are better now than they were when he created them, right? So even when we get the result that we want, we still have to learn and adapt to make it better, to maximize it. But it takes pivoting until I get what I want. And the majority of businesses that are quote unquote failing is because you don't have enough eyeballs on your product or service. People don't know what you are doing. So you have to make content, video content, the same way you are listening to this and you and I are having this conversation is what you have to be doing, or you will not succeed. Whether it's you or somebody else, content is king. Content is everything for any business from now and until we figure out something different in VR. Attention. You need more attention. So you got to create more videos and all that stuff. And well, the good thing is you're on this channel. So that's exactly what we teach outside of this mindset that we're doing for the 67 days. Okay. This is my story. This is how I've been. Now I work 6 hours a week. Mondays, I do one-on-one coachings. Wednesdays, I do a 1 hour Wednesday coaching call into my group of Video Marketing Made Easy, where I have 16, as of right now, 16 business owners that are all talking about video marketing and how do I get more attention to my business? How do I get leads from these videos for free? Not even paid strategies, just have to put in some elbow grease, right? And it really, I think the majority of the things that happen here and why we are so conditioned from the school system, from our parents, that, hey, it's A or F. It's an F or an A. You pass or you fail. And it's a black and white mentality. And that's what failure is. Learning, assuming that there is a correct answer and there's one way to do it. Yesterday, I told a story about the father and son going down the canoe. And the son says, Father, which way do I ride? Is there a certain way I go down the canoe, straight down the river? And the dad says, no, there's not. It's always going to be different. Everybody will always have their own path through the rapids. Okay, your path is going to be different, but there's similar paths. Even if we hire a guide to take us down the river, he can go a different path than you, even though he's been down that river several times and he's helped other beginners get there. He knows where the rapids are going to come. He can point them out beforehand and give you pointers, right? So you don't have to hit all the rocks that are coming around the bend or understand where things are. But either way, you have to do the work. You have to move your canoe through the rapids and adjust and pivot. Pivot. You ever seen Friends? Pivot. Go ahead. If you made it this far, make sure you like this video because there's going to come in way more videos coming out. Okay, go ahead and share it. Now, the question that we have for the day that we want to put down in the comments, okay? This is the question to sink it all in and make it concrete in our brain, okay? These are the content that I'm getting this from is from the 67 steps of Tai Lopez lessons that school failed to teach us, okay? And this is day 2, the blue-footed booby birds. Okay, I only made it 30 minutes in. This is an hour long, so I have 2 videos recording over what I've learned in just day 2 alone. The mindset is crucial. So here's the question. Put it in the comments. What is the #1 area that you have not evolved and changed as quickly as you should have? This can be a relationship as well. It doesn't have to be all work and business. Okay, now go ahead and put it in the comments. Now, if you're worried about what people are going to say about it, this is a free, safe space. If people troll it, I'm just going to delete them, okay? But go ahead and type this in because it's going to sink our mind a lot more. Doing something with the information that we just received will make it concrete a lot faster, okay? This is the 67 steps. Go to 67steps.yescolton.com and start your own journey 67 steps, okay, with Ty Lopez. This is a mindset. This is the things that I listen to every morning to make sure that I stay on top of my mind and I'm growing every single day and I have the right mentality to move into my business and deal with my everyday problems that happen. Okay. Like, for instance, one of my clients deleted every single landing page and sales video they had created in their ClickFunnels account. We were making over 67 sales at $397 a month through ads, and it just all got shut down because of one bad click of a mouse. So it's taken us 30 days to re-amp that back up. Okay. Pivoting. Things are going to happen. Okay. And if your business is really struggling here, the mindset is huge. But if you need more attention, get the 15-day challenge. Okay. Get the 15-day challenge, because Video Marketing Made Easy isn't ready for you yet. The 15-day challenge is $7, and learn how to market your business. Learn from people that have made tens of millions of dollars in the online space. Learn from people that have what you want, right? Ty Lopez has put together some of the best and excellent, richest minds in the entire world, and people that have taught Sam Walton, all of these great people when it comes to the business world, and put them all together in the life lessons that he's learned after making millions of dollars in this world, and what he's learned that he knows that people need in their life. Okay. So go ahead, share the story. Both of these are down below. This is 15days.yescolton.com for the 15-day challenge, so you can start marketing your business online effectively, efficiently, and as cheap and as effective as possible. I wouldn't say cheap, I would say effective. Okay. And the 67 steps for your mindset, so you have the right mentality, is 67steps.yescolton.com. Both of these are in the description. Go and get them and learn at your own pace. I love you, my friend. It's your boy, Colton Havens. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Peace.